Africa as a tourist destination. There is huge potential for tourism in Africa, which remains well behind Asia in popularity. Many Asian countries attract large numbers of tourists every year, and there is significant growth in others. This has meant that the tourist infrastructure is either in place or being developed quickly. That is not the case in Africa. Safaris are very popular, so parts of East and Southern Africa have good accommodation in place, but when it comes to general tourism, only a small number of countries can cater for increased tourism at this stage. South Africa has an infrastructure to match countries anywhere, but elsewhere, there are only pockets of good accommodation and travel infrastructure. Tourists will find reasonable accommodation along the Mediterranean. Elsewhere in Africa, accommodation of tourist level is currently found in capital cities. Well-established tourist resorts exist on the East Coast, especially in Kenya and to a lesser extent Tanzania. Africa is starting to develop as a tourist destination. The catalyst for that has been safaris, but there are countries which have a great deal to offer as well. Egypt has a rich history, while there was an ancient civilization in Zimbabwe with the Victoria Falls a stunning sight. Cross over into Zambia and visitors will find a stable country where conflict has not existed since independence. Ghana in the west may appear poor, but it has been an established territory since the 11th century. The Ashanti are a welcoming people and democracy is firmly established. Top destinations. The two continents both have similarities amongst their top destinations, differences as well. Take for example Boracay off the tip of Panay Island in the Philippines. Travelers will see the similarity between Boracay and the island of Zanzibar in the Indian Ocean off Tanzania. The whole of the Indian Ocean coastline on Africa's eastern side has lovely beaches down through Kenya and Tanzania to Mozambique and South Africa. In few cases they are very busy and the waters are most tempting. Tourists can head for Nepal simply to see Mount Everest without thoughts of climbing it. Africa's largest mountain, Kilimanjaro, is far less imposing, but it can be scaled without mountaineering experience. The UNESCO World Heritage Site of Angkor in Cambodia is known the world over by everyone with an interest in religion and culture. Angkor Wat was a Hindu temple built during the Khmer Empire. In Ethiopia in northeast Africa, there is Lalibela, another with UNESCO recognition. This region was one of the first to embrace Christianity in the 4th century, and the site received significant numbers of pilgrims wishing to see the rock churches built between the 7th and 13th centuries. Africa has no equivalent to the Great Wall of China, and the Trans-Siberian Railway has no equivalent in Africa. Asia. Huge modern cities are distinctly 21st century, with Africa having few to compare. However, although Asia has parks where wildlife, especially the tiger, finds protection, it cannot compete with the variety and locations where travelers can enjoy a safari. Africa's advantage over Asia is there has been so little relative development within the open natural environment. What I think on this must be discussed after. Your ideas on this. What else do you know about? Please share with us in comment, and don't forget to subscribing and linking.